Welcome back to Lily White's TV. We're here with Sammy Moore after today's 4-0 win against Three Bridges for the final home game of the season. How are you feeling, Sammy? You must be doing well after that result.
Yeah, delighted with the result. We wanted to send the fans home happy, and go away with a good feeling, going into the summer, and get ready for an important season next season.
Yeah, you must be happy because last two games you put the under-23s in, and it must be pleasing to see the impact they had, especially today. You could see that the experienced players were living off them a little bit because they feel like they had the freedom to just focus on their role because the energy was coming from everyone else.
Yeah, listen, the 23s that have been involved in the club, the last three games have been outstanding and a credit to them. But I'm more pleased with the senior players that they've brung them into the dressing room and sort of made it comfortable for them to really bed in, but also made them feel, one of our first team players. And you see three outstanding performances today from three under-23 players. I thought Harry Manidi was outstanding. I thought Afi's done really well on the left and linked up great with Parsons, and Harry Codds, has been a shining light for the 23s this season, and I thought he's been outstanding the last two games, and he's a great lad. And he's certainly one for the future, and so is the other two. But delighted for them, and I think it's, as a football club, there's a real pathway now that, if they are good enough, no matter what age, they will be given a chance.
Yeah, it must be pleasing. Obviously, Harry Cod made his name a little bit against Ramsgate away. He was the catalyst in the 3-3 draw. Are you looking to see if they could prove themselves today? Because you've got a little bit of a question, like with going down, do we want to include them a little bit more? Because they've proven that they can actually play at this level. So going down a level might be a bit more of their level to play at.
Yeah, listen, I think we've identified two or three of the under-23s that we want to have around the squad next season, and Harry Codd's definitely one of them. Great lad. He's already pulled me after the game and said, can I have a programme for the summer? So that shows to me that he wants to better himself, and that's exactly the type of players we need at this football club. And like I say, it's a young, homegrown player playing for your club is amazing, and the fans, you could see today behind the goal, really cheering him on, driving him on. So delighted for the boy because he's a great kid, and he wants to better himself, and that's exactly what we need at this football club.
Yeah, it's always great to see young players coming through and making a name in the first team. On to more senior players. Shola scored 2 goals today. Must be happy to see him end the season on a high because he's had quite an impact since he's come in.
Yeah, we've after we went down, we sat with the players, individually, and we haven't had the chance to do that. It's been pretty much sort of for the last 3 months, a pretty hectic schedule. Where we'd like to change a lot of things at the football club, but we haven't managed to because we've been solely focused on getting results for the football club. But yeah, listen, the boy hasn't had a pre-season for 3 years. He's sort of been messed about with our other clubs, and we could only really go and get a certain type of player, in that type of moment we was in. But he's come in. He's worked hard. He's scored 2 great goals today. He's worked up top today by himself and won his headers. He's a good lad. He needs a good pre-season. He needs a pre-season where he gets super fit. He's got no niggly injuries, and I think we haven't seen the best of Shola yet. So listen, he's another good lad, and like I say, he needs to go away, get fit, and then come back pre-season and show us what he's about.
Yeah, talking pre-season, you must be quite excited to have your first full pre-season here now because obviously, like you said, it's like Shola needs a good pre-season. So now you must already have a few names in mind from the team this season that are going to stay. You must be quite excited to build your own team for a full season ahead, especially going into the Skeffel Prem now.
Yeah, definitely. That first week of relegation hurt. We've obviously tried our hardest, and we've been in games, and unfortunately football is fine margins, and I think if you look back over the course of games, we could have come out with a lot more points. I think we ended up on 31 points. I think we come in the club on 8 points. So we've certainly been competitive in every game. Maybe bar the Beckenham game here where they totally outplayed us and we was poor that night. And then maybe one half at East Grinstead where we was outstanding, and the other half we were poor. But apart from that, we've been competitive. We give everyone a game. But you know what football's like. You need to see teams off when you're on top, and we didn't manage to do that. Is that the situation we found ourselves in, the pressure on some of the players? Possibly. But the hard work has already started. Me and the chairman have had numerous meetings over the past 2 weeks. Spoke to a lot of players we want to try and sign at this football club. We've also held meetings with current players. They'll be ongoing next week. We've got new players meetings. Who we're trying to sign next week as well. So the next 3 weeks are going to be, full on. But we need to make sure we get the right players that want to be at this football club, want to be on this journey, because like you see today, 370 fans here, outstanding turnout. There's a real togetherness at this football club. There's a real journey, and there's a real ambition here. So we need to get the right players, and if we get the right players, then this club will get promoted next year and be back where we belong. But like I say, sometimes you have to go one step back to go two forward, and this is the case. It's not doom and gloom. There's a buzz around the place. We know what we need to do, and there will be good times back here. And I'm for one know that we will win the league next year. It won't be easy because there are some good teams in there, but the side and the squad we are trying to put together, it's going to be exciting for the fans. And the next coming weeks there should be some news on the 3G as well. So like I say, let's get our head down in the next 3 weeks, sign the players we want to sign, have a full pre-season as you said, because all the best stuff and all the good work you need to do needs to come in pre-season. The way we want to play, an identity and a philosophy that runs not just at the first team level but all the way down to Kent Youth League standards. So listen, it's exciting, but like I said, I've always said it, we're on a journey and it's an exciting journey.
It is. On discussion of new signings, obviously we signed Matt Newman. Welcome to the club, Matt. How do you feel your connection with the board since you've come here? Do you feel like you've got quite a good connection and they've supported you quite well and you look forward to what's going to come ahead?
Yeah, listen, the board have been magnificent. Probably one of the best boards I've been involved in football. Everything we've asked for, everything they've give us is absolutely outstanding. I can't thank them enough for what they've done for me and the management team. And like I said, they want to better themselves. I would always push them to be better, and it works both ways. So, like I say, they've been incredible. They've made my family feel really welcome. It's a family club, and I'm just gutted we couldn't get over the line for them. But I've said it to them that we will bounce back. We will bring good times back to this club for them, because I see all the hard work going in day to day. People don't see it from an outsider. I actually see what goes in, and to run a football club, ain't easy. It's hard work, it's demanding, it's 24/7. And listen, we've got the right board here, and they've got fresh ideas. The stuff they want to do around the place is incredible. And it's an infectious place to want to work, and you want to be here 24/7 and work for these guys, because that's what we're about, and we want to make sure that we deliver for them, and we will deliver for them next year. And it'll be good times.
Yeah, hopefully it will be. Thank you, Sammy, for your time, and hopefully we'll catch up with you during the pre-season.
Yep.
Looking forward to the season ahead.
Yep. Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Sammy.